Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's a nice Thursday evening, and so it is time for another Rainbow Professionals. So, namaste, good evening, welcome everybody to this edition of Rainbow Professionals with me, your host Preeti Chaudhary, via LinkedIn Live on LinkedIn here. And with me, my guest today is Rupshita Gupta, who is a senior developer at Cognizant. Before I pull her into the stream, a couple of quick things and reminders. This show is for you, the attendees. So please start putting in your questions and comments if you have any in the comment section of this live stream because Rukshita will be taking live questions as the conversation progresses. That is number one. Number two, please spread the word because for the community, allyship is really important. That means being vocal and being visible to lend to this cause and spreading awareness in terms of what we as allies can do for the community. So that's really important. With that, let me pull Rupchita into this live stream and then we will get going with this conversation. Once again, welcome everyone to this another edition of Rainbow Professionals with me, your host Preeti Chaudhary via LinkedIn Live on LinkedIn. Hello,
Yeah,
good evening, Rupchita.
yeah, good evening. Yeah, hello. Hello, everybody.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm fine. You? Mm,
Good.
okay.
Right. Okay. So I want to begin this conversation, Rupsita. It's going to
Mm,
be a very two-way sort of a back and forth
mm,
conversation and not essentially a monologue, because
mm,
I would like to understand from you what drives you
mm,
as a person, who you are, where you're from, and
mm,
where you're going in terms of your life, in terms of your professional life and personal life both. So with that, let me take you right back to your childhood. Please tell
mm.
us a little bit more about where you're from, your kind of family background, parents,
Mm.
about any siblings. Take us through that, and then I will come back for more. Over to you, Rukshita.
Okay. Yeah, so my childhood, I'm a male to female transgender, so it was not easy. So, uh, in childhood, the story is same for all the like trans people. So I was a like feminine boy. So it's like parent and their in school or in home. You have to face lot of problem. It was not easy. Initially, you will not understand also now what is happening with you. Something is wrong. So it was almost same story. People maybe heard from the previous also. So in my case also it was same. In school also people used to tease, and then parent also don't understand us. So like I can tell you, people used to ask in school, you was a girl in previous birth or what, and they used to many different adjectives that you will like cry like initially. So it was not easy, but slowly when I become a- adult, like I understood about us. So but parent also, like they have their own pressure, like they gave born like a boy child, so they have their own expectation. So suddenly it was difficult for them also from their perspective. But so that's the thing. So for them also it is difficult to accept easily. So time also take a important role. Slowly they accept. Time goes. So it's like that, ma'am.
Okay, Rukshita, I understand that. Tell me something. How many
Mm.
members in your family back in Kolkata?
So
How many brothers, sisters, and what's going on
so
with that?
yeah, I have my like parent, like my mom recently passed away. Uh, Father, I have my elder brother and his wife and one small kid. Yeah.
So it's just the two of you, your elder brother and you.
Yeah,
No other
correct.
siblings, right?
No
Okay,
other
right.
siblings. Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
right.
Exactly.
So
Mm.
tell us a little bit more about your life in
Mm.
school, as when you were growing up.
Mm.
Um, when you went to school, were there any conflicts already within yourself? How early was that you realized or you knew who you were? And did
Mm.
that have any effect at all on your growing up years, especially in school?
Mm.
I would really like you to share whatever you can to your comfort level in terms
Mm.
of those conflicts and those emotions, and what was
Mm.
it like going to school in that scenario. Over to you.
Yeah. So in childhood, what happened? Like what can I say? Yeah, it is very emotional for me. Mm, So people used to call different adjectives. So initially it is difficult for like you feel like all alone in the like am I different than all other child? So it is. I remember people used to say so many bad words and all. Even sometimes teacher also they don't understand. They don't treat you properly how they should. I mean, they don't understand us. So it was like in my childhood, my parent also they are like for them also I can understand it is difficult for them, but now I can realize. But in that time I cannot realize that now. But so it is very pathetic for us. People used to call so many bad words and mm, I I don't have much friends. Some people used to say like I don't have any friend at all. So like girl also was not sitting beside me, boys are also not sitting beside me. So if some people say like they have some like who are like male to female transgenders, they have some female friends. I don't have that also. So it was difficult for me to like a war. I mean, fighting alone. I used to cry. People in the childhood only like people. I was feeling so depressed and all. But slowly, what I when I grown up, I met some community friends, and then I realized that I'm not alone in the world. Then slowly I become comfort and I came to come to know this is not a disease or this is not anything like abnormal. This is also normal. So slowly I realized that, and then that journey start. Like then I try to convince my parent also. Like I introduced to my parents also, and slowly they also try to understand me. So it was like
So,
that. Mm.
okay, so tell me something. While you were going to school, were
Mm.
you sort of already on transition then, or was it then
No,
when
that time. Uh,
the feelings were manifesting themselves in you, right? That time you were finding yourself at that point in time. Am I
uh,
correct to understand that?
yeah, correct. I want like in my mind I was a girl. I mean I'm a girl only. Like, but the people will treat you not like that. So it was very. I mean, it's difficult to express that feelings. It was been very pathetic sometimes. What can I say?
Mm-hmm. Acha. So tell me something else. After school, college happened, and did that also happen in Kolkata, or were you away
Uh,
for college somewhere else?
College, yeah, I was in Kolkata only. Yeah.
Okay.
So college was also not easy. That time also I didn't start my transition. I was studying in engineering college. So engineering college ragging is very famous. So they asked me some law which is like I mean, they were saying that you have more female quality, like, and they used to ask dance and all, and I was different, so they like torture more on me, low. That's why in the college. So it was not easy for me. Sometimes I felt like I will leave the study. I don't want to continue. I've broken up. But again, I just try to motivate. My friends also help me. That time also I got some community friends. From them also I got motivated, and then again I tried started fighting.
Tell
It
me
was
something.
like
You
that.
are, yeah.
Hmm.
So you are an engineer in what
Hmm.
stream? And
I am
what stream?
in like computer science only. Like my stream was instrumentation. Then I moved to IT.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me
So,
something. Have you always been interested in ITs and computers and instrumentation and being an engineer? Did you always want to become a professional in that field? How did that happen?
honestly speaking, I don't have option. Like people have parent have their mentality now. Their child will be like science student. They will work as a doctor, mechanic. So similarly, my side also. I'm not saying I don't like, but yeah, I'm more into like creative thing, yeah, dancing or music or, but that time I didn't get option, yeah. So forcefully, I I don't didn't have option, so I was studying engineering and all. So, uh, but it's okay. Sometimes you
Hmm.
should be like your passion. For that also you have to work. No one will feed you in this world. Yeah, no one will come and give you bread. So that's the thing. So so, so for that thing also, so I try to love my profession. Tried. So slowly I got adjusted. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Very good. So tell me
Mm,
something. How did working
mm,
happen? Did campus happen to you, or how did you end
mm.
up in Madras with Infosys? Tell us a story about that,
Ah,
please, Rupshita.
yeah,
Over to you.
actually, yeah, it was not on campus. I got selected in off-campus interview. Interview was also not easy. Like, yeah, like interviewer also asked some uncomfortable question and all about me. But I tried my best to clarify all the things. Uh, so I just shown my whatever my strength, like work should matter. The people, whatever their identity or whatever, mean if we, people is hardworking, that should matter at the end of the day. That his gender or his or her gender or whatever color, that should not matter. So that's the thing. So then I got selected in Infosys. So that time also I didn't start my transition. That was also mean that time I slowly, honestly, I started growing my hair, but the thing was my parents told me that you are going for a good company and all, so they will manipulate you. They will not help you. That's true. Also, if you are different, people will corner you. They will not talk friendly. They will not help you in many stream. Like you need others help also. Alone you can't do all the things. So that time, so my parent told me, explained me. So I cut my hair. They forcefully cut it, and then yeah, I was trying to be which is not me. For the mean, so that they can help me in study and all. I was just waiting to be independent. Once you are independent, then you can live your life as your own. But if you are not independent, sometimes you have to compromise. Sometimes you have to be which you are not. I hope you people understand. Got my point.
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody is getting your point that at times
Mm,
you need to compromise for
mm,
things because you are not independent by yourself. So to get
mm,
somewhere, sometimes you have to compromise to actually reach there, and then you can be yourself and
mm,
bring out your true potential. I'm sure our viewers
mm.
and our listeners got that. At this point in
Yeah.
time, I would like to remind everyone Please let the comments and questions keep coming in into the comment section of this LinkedIn Live with me, Preeti Chaudhary, here on Rainbow Professionals. Today, Rupshita Gupta is with me, who's a senior developer at Cognizant, and I'm so glad I'm having this conversation with her. So, Rupshita, tell me something. You moved on to Mysore for your training,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
how was the training period? And then you got posted in Madras at Infosys. So tell us a little bit more about your training life in Mysore, and then the
Mm.
subsequent move to Madras. What did
Yeah.
you experience? What happened? Were you happy? Were you missing the Bengali food? It was all Greek, Latin, in terms of language and customs and religion. Please take us through those things a little bit. Over to you.
Yeah, so when I came to Mysore, my dad was with me. Dad was staying for a few days. After that, he also left. So it was not easy. So a new environment totally. And Mysore training campus is very famous. That is, if you search in Google, it is very nice. We have like so much, like some shooting also happened. It was nice place, but for me it is very difficult to enjoy. One, training pressure was there, and the second one is being different, and so many things was inside me, like but I concentrated in my study. I just told myself that if I can overcome this, then only I can fulfill my dream where I am standing now. So that motivation, that time I was talking with my friends and all, also community friends, and they were also motivating, but it was not easy. Sometimes I got manipulated, I got uh, like people used to, some people, all are not equal. Like I got like good friends also. I will not say bad friends. Like some people will not treat you nicely, some people will treat you nicely. So you should take the positive things. So I also tried. And now I'm saying so nicely, but that time it was not easy to adjust with that. Um, So from Mysore, I got posted in Chennai. I was staying with some guys also. So it was very difficult for me that time. So they were trying to trying to make myself which I am not. So in Chennai actually. So it was only 2 3 years I was staying. I was in Chennai, so it was not easy at all for me. So I didn't start, could not start my transition also because I was staying with some guys. So then I come back to Bangalore. Bangalore, I felt like more LGBT friendly than Chennai. Chennai is some bit, I can say, orthodox, a little, like, I'm not saying in a bad way. Like every state has their own culture. So in Bangalore, slowly, I was living alone. I started my transition. Then, but in Infosys, what happened? Like in Chennai, one day, like I would like to say one incident. So like
Please.
my all project members gang up and came to me to cut my hairs. So like it was very pathetic for me. I was just telling them about me, but they were not. I mean, for them, it is like kind of taboo kind of thing. Like if a guy is behaving feminine, and it's kind of like that word will come in their mind. Some very wrong conception is there. So they were just behind me. That was very like a horrible dream for me. That day was like I just cried too much. It was very, even the girls were also in that gang. So uh, when they also could not understand my feelings. So it was very, I mean,
Traumatic.
difficult.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure it might have been traumatic, really. You can just stop there, because I do not want you to relive the horrible incident again. Please just stop over there, because I
Yeah.
can I can make out, that
Mm,
they are trying to do horrible things with you, which your heart and mind doesn't agree with. You know who you are, but they are
mm,
not. willing to accept you for who you are. It is their problem, not yours. I think let's
mm,
just leave it that out, because I definitely do not want you to live that moment again. So basically,
yeah.
you're saying that you were still working with Infosys and you were in Bangalore, you were
Mm,
living by yourself, you were feeling more accepted, but the
mm,
people at work were still not open to accepting you for what you are, right? And
yeah.
how was that then? How did that play on your mind? How did that play on your emotional and psychological well-being? What was going through your mind at that time?
Yeah, actually in Infosys, like I started my transition. So they saw my older version and slowly my new version also. So in the project member and all, they were not taking me in a good like good way. So I they were like manipulating, and they used to still used to call me with like whatever that male adjective and all. So mean they could not accept me as what I was trying to be. So that's the reason I was then again one more fight start. I was trying for job change. I used to go interview and all. I started studying and all. So then luckily I got in Cognizant. I got job.
I will just
Hmm.
hold on to that thought. I will come to that specifically. But here I would just like to make one point.
Hmm.
I am appalled and I am absolutely horrified by the fact that we as humans can make life so difficult for another human being that they do not have an option or any way to sort of overcome this but to stop living their life, give up their job, give up their independence, and try and find something else. It is a shame on us as human beings, and I'm absolutely appalled and horrified with this situation. People, if you see happening around you, please take a stand. Stand up, be an ally. You cannot let this kind of inhuman behavior happening around you at any cost. I cannot be any more specific or any more stressful than what I'm saying to you right now. Please do not accept this kind of injustice with another human being, period. So, Rupshita, coming back to you, this might have been
Hmm.
addedly difficult because here you are not
Hmm.
being accepted for who you are. There's bullying and there's all kinds of inhuman behavior happening. At the
Hmm.
same time, you're also going through your transition. So that
Yeah.
is absolutely not a happy place to be. You're being pulled in so many directions. What
Yeah.
made you strong? What kept you going? What made you strong? Did you have a support system? Did you have anything to fall back upon? What happened? Please take us through that journey a
Um,
little bit. Over to you.
yeah, support system in the sense like my I'm very close to my father, so he used to support me. In the later point of time, he understood me and he stood beside me. I'm very lucky for that. I know many of them are not that much lucky for, but give it time. Time also change many things. Time can solve many things. So he also motivated me. He was the main support system, and then some of my friends also, of course. But sometimes you also you are your own support system, so you have to pull yourself. Sometimes no one will come, so you have so that will be best when you try to motivate yourself. So that's what happened, and it was very difficult. If you are in a HRT, like you have some mood swing problem, you will get depression and blah blah. So much psychological thing. Moreover, like my office environment was not good in Infosys. It was very like a bad days. I can't explain in words. So it was hampering my work also. I could not work properly. For that also manager was scolding. But they never try to understand that why it is happening. But no one came to me. So the thing is like there will be some good people, but there will be some bad people also. So that's what happened. Like all will not take you. same way. So
Rupshita, I want
that's
at
what
this
happened.
point, thank you, Rupshita. At this point, I would like to say, well done. Kudos to you
Mm,
for, standing up for yourself, for being your own support system, because you are right. Sometimes
mm,
you have to have the courage to pull yourself, to pull the innermost strength from within you out to help yourself when you are, especially in a different city, in a different environment, far away from home, far away from everything familiar that you are with. So, kudos and well done. Absolutely spot on with that. So this transition was happening, you transitioned, and then obviously you
mm.
cannot take the toxic work culture at your job at that particular point in time. So you upskilled yourself, you went back to study, you started looking for jobs. Tell us how the support system, or how did you get this cognizant job? Then run us through that little journey and tell us who enabled you and what happened in that town. Before that, Rupshita,
Yeah,
though, I would like to remind the viewers and attendees once again, please keep those questions and comments coming in into the comment section of this LinkedIn Live with Rupshita, with me, Preeti Chaudhary, here on Rainbow Professionals. We are live and we are here sharing her very inspiring and heartbreaking story, personally for me at this point in time. But she will take questions, so please let those coming in into the comment section. Over to you, Rupchita. Tell us a little bit more about how did Cognizant happen and what enabled you. All yours.
yeah. So then I started giving some interviews and all by my own. When you were like in the, like, what can I say, so much down and all, means extremely depressed and all, that time also you will get a strength. Mean, and that happened to me. And then I mean, I used to give lot of interview, almost like 10, 15, because I was not mentally well, so that's why I could not study also. And in interview, they will take you when they can understand that you can do their that work. So your knowledge also matter. But slowly, I tried to motivate myself. I started studying for interview, but I did not lost hope and all. So then after like 14, 15 interview, then Congress, I got selected there, thankfully. So some hope came in my mind and my life also. So then in Cognizant, it was very smooth life. Like they just saw me as me only. Like they didn't see my older version and whatever. So it was, and I also don't tell to everybody that this is thing, that thing, this you have. So that I should not. So now I am happy in Cognizant. So I got two friends also, two female friends. They are from Odisha. So I know, like who are watching also, like just remember that time also change many things. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, and just try. I mean, if just make some plan A, plan B, plan C. If one plan fail, take other plan. If that also fail, take other plan. Yeah, I know it's not easy. Sometimes people's mental condition like that. It's saying so easy, but it doing that much easy. But still try. Yeah.
Thank you for
So
that,
that's
Rupchita.
it.
I think that is absolutely, it is very courageous to actually be in that time and that place and that, kind of a situation, and yet have hope, knowing well that you will come out of such a situation. And it is deeply inspiring actually to hear you tell all our viewers and listeners to not lose hope, and there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. So absolutely thankful to you for that. Tell us about your professional life at work. What happens on a day-to-day basis? What are you involved in? What do you end up doing as part of work? How's the teamwork, and how's your immediate managers and rest of the
Mm,
colleagues? um, how's the canteen time? How
mm,
is the water cooler gossip time? How is the tea time? Take us through those journeys a little bit. Over to you.
yeah. Yeah, so Cognizant, I entered like my good days. I can say. So they are like I'm in like Oracle technology, like so I have to do coding and all. If you are mentally happy now in work also, you can work also easily. So and if you are not mentally not happy, your work also hamper. It was happening in Infosys. So it is very smooth for me. So my manager was is also very cooperative, and I get some good friends also. So life become easy. But for I mean, that's what I like to say to all. Like, I mean, life will not end. Some people sometimes think na, that here my life ends. It will not end. You have to wait, and you should not lose your hope. So like that. So I also overcome, and I came to this moment where I'm talking, and I'm living with my own life in my way. So that's what I want to say. Yeah, don't lose hope. Be uh, just keep faith on yourself. Yeah, that's the
Okay, that
thing. Mm,
very good. That is, I think that's extremely important to actually have faith and keep walking your path, because if we lose hope, then everything is doomed. But if we do not lose hope and carry on, nonetheless, like you say, there is always things that will work out for you.
mm,
In your case, here you are from Calcutta to Mysore to Chennai to Bangalore. But now at this point in time today, you're happy because you are who you are, who you want to be. You are living your life on your own terms with not a thing to, say to anyone or to explain to anyone. Why should you justify your life? And that is absolutely amazing. You are very courageous, Rupshita, to be sharing your story, your deeply
mm,
inspiring and very humbling story as to what privileged the rest of the world is when you do not have to face so much of hardship and mental torture, literally. So kudos to you for that, for having that kind of a courage. And there are a few people here with a little bit of comments. I will come to that. As a
mm,
last reminder, once again, for
mm,
all the attendees and the listeners, viewers, please put in your questions because we are reaching that time very soon. Any questions or any comments that you have for Rupchita, please put them in the comment section, because in the next 5 or 7 minutes, we will be taking those questions and comments live here. So, Rupchita, coming to today,
mm,
from your own journey of hardships, and then towards the end, this win where you are who you are and what
mm,
you are and happy with what you're doing. What is
mm,
a couple of advice or any points that you want to make? Advice for the allies, and a couple of messages for the people from the community who are maybe transitioning at this point in time. So let's talk about the members
mm,
from the community who are in transition first, and then we will
mm.
come to the allies after that. So any advice for members of the community, please? Over to you.
Yeah. So members of the community, so just be yourself and don't take anything very seriously and all. Just take it lightly. If anything happen, if anyone say you anything, if your parent is also not supporting, just wait for it. Wait for the correct time. So you once you are independent now, you can live your life. So don't try anything immediately it will not happen. So you should take your time. You should be uh, plan. You should be hardworking, and then you can achieve your goal. You can reach your goal. And for alliance, yeah, you people are doing great already. You're doing great job. Like many people are getting inspiration by this interview and advice. What can I say? Like more if you people like I know it is not easy to change the society, complete society. Everyone has their own perspective, own way of thinking. Yeah, it's not easy to change everyone's mentality and all, but still, you you people more reach to more people and try to. Already, people are doing a great work. I thanks to you, thanks to Pride Circle. They are helping so much in the job because independent. That's the thing they want because many of this community member they are not in a good occupation they have they are doing forcefully all those things they don't have for the bread and all to for life food they are doing all those things so if they get some education and they get some opportunity already people are doing so if it is if more they if people do it will be great so I can't add anything more in that guys so just want to say my thanks and all I mean from my core of my heart that's it yeah
Thank you so much for that. Let's pick up some
Hmm,
comments that have been coming in here, Rupshita.
hmm,
So here is a comment from one of our viewers. This is Priyanka Singh saying, lots of love for Rupshita. She is so strong and proud. She's a motivation to lots of youth in our country. So thank you, Priyanka, for that lovely comment there. I am totally in agreement with you when you say she is really strong and quite an inspiration to everyone, including me. I have learned so much today. So thank you for that comment, Priyanka. Let's take another comment that says again, Rupchita, you are already an inspiration. So glad to know you, Rupchita. We all need this courage and strength to come out of our fear and stigmas. Well done with that, Rupchita. I cannot
hmm,
read out the name here because in my software it is just coming in as a LinkedIn user. But later you can go back and have a look at this comment and maybe respond to the person directly yourself in the live feed itself. So once again, they're saying you're already an inspiration. So glad to know you, Rupshita. We all need this courage and strength to come out of our fears and stigmas, and I absolutely agree with that. Thank you so much for that comment. Then next we have Divya Nambiar. She says, more strength to you, Rupshita, and a big heart. Divya is an ally. And then next, here is a dear friend of mine, Shiv Kumar. He is the head of talent acquisition at Lowe's India, a company that is a partner with Pride Circle into all the DNI initiatives. And Shiv is a visible and vocal ally himself. Shiv says, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. It takes a lot of courage to speak about the traumatic experience you had to go through in well known companies. Shiv, I could not agree more with that. I was appalled and horrified to listen to Rupshita when she was talking about those horrible, horrendous incidents that took place, the forcing of cutting off her hair or making her twisting her mind into trying to believe something she was not. Absolutely appalling, and I couldn't agree more. It takes a lot of guts and it takes a lot of courage indeed to be narrating someone's traumatic experience, and for that, it's absolutely with you, Shiv. Hats off to Rupshita for that. Thank you so much for stopping by, Shiv, and thank you for that comment. And here is Divya again. She says, such a beautiful journey of courage and perseverance. Thank you for this, Rupshita. So I think, people have come, they have seen, they have heard, and along with me, they are absolutely zapped with the kind of life, the kind of experiences that you have gone through. All of us can just totally say hats off to you. Thank you so much for inspiring us today. And at this point in time, I would also like to thank Pride Circle for helping us curate this series of Rainbow Professionals, which is on every Thursday night at 9 p.m., and to Echo Events for live streaming it onto LinkedIn Live and YouTube. Last but not the least, thank you so much to the attendees that have been here, come, listen to us, watched us, and left their comments and queries and questions. And one and only Rupshita, thank you so much for being here today with me. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you, and I am going to continue this conversation with you going forwards. So, as a visible and vocal ally, it has made my hair, hackle stand on end today, and I am going to raise my voice against your experiences. So, please just engage with me further. I will with you, and just give me this opportunity to be able to try and help wherever my voice can. So, with that, thank you so much. If you want to say bye to everyone, then I will sign off. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I'm just speechless. Thank you so much for all the love and all. Thank you so much. I'm just,
Once
yeah.
again, before we leave, Shiv is back again with another comment, and he says, often people behave in an inappropriate behavior because of lack of awareness as well. Where did you derive courage from to brave through the odds you experience so frequently? So basically, it's a couple of part question. Let's take it. Let's take this one first, Rupchita, with your permission. Where did you derive the
Mm,
courage to brave
mm.
through all the odds you experience so frequently? Can you answer that for me, please?
Yeah, sure. So it's not easy, I know. I mean, initially you will be broken and then you will just hurt, you will be so much down and all. But I just believe in time, and every time you cannot protect by alone. So it's not easy. Sometimes you have to let it go. I like this word also, let it go. And if you cannot just mean whatever happened with me just become so much sad and all, and that's not the right thing. So you have to move ahead. So that's what I did. So always if you are not replying by your words, your action can also reply in future. So that's what I did, like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's absolutely courageous. So basically, sometimes time takes its own course, you're saying, and sometimes you have to let it go. And sometimes you're saying it is not your speech, but your actions that tell people whatever you stand for, right? So that is brilliant. Then he goes on to say, you are a very courageous person. Do you still experience times where you have to justify the transition? And how do you react to that?
Mm,
Rupshita, Shiv asked you, are there still times wherein you have to justify your transition? And how do you react to that when somebody brings that up? Over to you.
yeah, can you see the comment again? Yeah.
Sure, sure. Okay, not a problem. Right here. So basically, you are a very courageous person. Do you still
Mm.
experience times where you have to justify the transition? And then how do you react?
Okay, I got the question now. Yeah, sometimes people ask why you are doing this, why. I mean, it's very difficult to explain themselves. Like whoever is suffering that thing, that person can understand totally. It's not easy for others to understand us why I'm doing this transition, why you are doing this transition. So I just, by words also it is difficult to explain. I tried my best, like sometimes some hormonal thing and all that that also make you like this. So some scientific cause is also there, and even it's like it's not nothing abnormal, nothing. What can I say? It's it's very normal thing. So it's difficult, I know, to explain them, and I don't know how much they got it, how much they, but I try my best always. Yeah.
Okay. And there is a third part to that question. And Shiv says, what is the one thing you think organizations should start doing to help make the transition a comfortable experience emotionally? So this is a very important question, Rupchita, because this is what you faced. The trauma you faced was all mental and psychological, in your last company wherein you were transitioning at that point in time. So Shiv's question remains, what is the one thing you think organizations should start doing to help make the transition a comfortable experience for everyone emotionally?
Yeah, so I like to say nowadays every organization they have their LGBT, they are already doing, they are doing. But the thing is, I mean, like you cannot change everyone's mind. Like in my previous company also has the LGBT community, so much support was there, but like unluckily in my project the members were not that much LGBT friendly. So that's what happened. So you cannot change each and everyone's mind. So the thing is, yeah, if the company they should come more, like they should be making aware of all those things, and the who is suffering, that person should not be hesitate to give that comfort zone, so that that person cannot hesitate to come and tell about his or her problem. So that's the thing. Already they are all the organization are doing a great job. It, from the past, I can say it's improved, and they if they improve more, it will be more easy for us to live the life. Yeah.
So basically, what you are saying is essentially there should be more awareness in spite
Yeah.
of having all the employee resource groups and other affinity groups within the company for LGBTQI plus initiatives. There should be
Mm.
more dialogue, more conversation to spread awareness within the employees of the company. That is number one, you're saying, right? Along with
Yeah.
that, the work environment should be such that the person who is transitioning should be able to go and speak up to their managers, to the authorities, to let them know if something is happening with them in their environment. Am I correct in understanding that?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. That comfort zone should give to that employee. Yeah.
Mm, right.
Exactly.
Okay. There is one more person right here. This is Tushar Sharma, and they're saying, really great inspiration, Rupshita. Hats off to the courage. Thank you, Preeti, for the great initiative and for inviting the real heroes. Best wishes. Thank you, Tushar, for that. That's extremely kind of you. I think that pretty much brings us to the end of this conversation. It has been an amazing 45 minutes here with you today evening, Rupchita, once again. Thank you so much. Thank you to the audience, to Pride Circle for curating this, for Echo Events for live streaming this. This is your host, Preeti Chaudhary, signing off with my dear guest, Rupchita, from this edition of Rainbow Professionals via LinkedIn Live on LinkedIn. Until next time, please take care and be safe. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rupchita.